Right, welcome back, everybody. So it's so nice to have somebody to talk to trending topics about. There's nothing worse when you talk to yourself. Because I mean, trends, you know,
and then you ask yourself questions, and then you answer yourself.
And then you wonder, so not anymore. I'm so happy you're here, V. But before we get into the trends, we need to show you our question of the day. And this is what we're asking. So, V, this is the question. It's a big topic that we're taking under the spotlight. It's all about food insecurity, and it's not insecurity, it's food security. But I think we get the message. Food security in South Africa is a big problem. So apparently, according to stats, 2.1 million South African households experience hunger in 2021. So,
which is insane. And I think, Leanne, it just brings into context the fact that we have such different experiences as South African. I mean, and those of us that are privileged really must never take it for granted, because imagine going to bed not knowing what you're going to eat the next day. It's absolutely insane.
No, it is. It really is. It's a big talking point, and something that we will be looking at in the program in a short while, so do stay tuned. So we're also going to be taking your WhatsApp messages. So that's the question that'll be put out on X, so we want you to respond to that, and then of course WhatsApp. So send us a short voice message to our WhatsApp number. Looking forward to hearing from you. Now let's get into the trending topics. Okay, so here we go. As far as I know, Pretoria, that was when I woke up and I saw what was going on. So for two reasons, I'll address the one, which was the big storm that was brewing there, and a terrible, I mean, reports of multiple damages that were taking place, structural damage in parts of Pretoria due to these strong winds associated with a storm. And I mean, I'm just looking at some of the footage, and terrible. So I hope everybody's okay, and please, would you get hold of us and let us know, you know, if you were sort of damaged by those terrible winds. I felt a bit of it in Joburg. All of a sudden,
I did not.
Didn't you?
So for me, when I saw people talking and they were just saying what's going on outside, yes, it was raining in my area and there was quite a bit of wind, but it was nothing extremely out of the ordinary. So I'm very surprised as well to just see some of the pictures that have been coming through on X this morning of people just sharing what's been happening around them.
And also electricity. So a lot of the areas are down in Pretoria and Centurion due to those heavy winds. So really not a nice thing. And then also with Pretoria is the fire that's currently blazing. I don't know if it's out or it is still on.
I don't know if it's out or still on either. So you need to take me through that.
Okay, I'll take you through it. But it's the restaurant, and funnily enough, I was actually there because I went to go and see the Trevor Noah concert over the weekend, and you know, obviously we saw all the revelers at Summit Restaurant in Menlyn, and this is where the fire is. And I'm looking at some of the visuals of this restaurant, and I don't know if much is left, but it is not good at all. These fires, remember there was a fire at Sun City over the weekend at the Cabanas?
Yes, there was.
Then in the northwest, the airport burnt down there a couple of weeks ago. Now the Summit Restaurant, these fires are out of control at the moment.
They are, and I think the big question is, where are they coming from? What's starting these fires?
No, very scary. Anyway, so those are the talking points for Pretoria. So there are a number of them, as you can see, but we'll try and get an update on this restaurant and the power situation as well in Pretoria. All right, what else? What else have we got trending there?
All right, so next on our list of trending topics, this one was massive yesterday on X, Leanne, Jackie Pamotse. Of course, she's been having that ongoing 5-year case against her, criminal case, which was instituted by the Kumalos Basitsana as well as Romeo Kumalo over defamation, criminal injuria, as well as, of course, the contempt of court, because she then had the protection order issued against her, still went on to write the book, I tweet what I like, so sue me. Literally.
She sued her.
She got sued.
Wow.
And found guilty on all 4 of those charges, and now we wait for sentencing.
Yeah, we wait for sentencing, and this, as you say, is a criminal case. So
yes, it is.
It's not like here's your fine and pay it and you walk away. This is jail time. I mean, unless, of course, it's a suspended sentence, but the reality is that Jackie Pamotse could find herself behind bars for 2 to 3 years, maybe. I don't know. I'm no judge or legal expert.
And I mean, we were speaking off air, and I was just speaking about the case that we had a couple of years ago of Vicky Momberg, the estate agent, who for defamation had to do 3 years.
Imagine. So you never know. And I know that, you know, Basitsani outside the courtroom gave a very, very emotive response. It was very emotional. I can understand. I mean, you know, the grief that brings to your family, to the attention. She spoke of her kids, her husband,
to your image that you've built over the years.
It's all we have.
Yeah.
It's all we have. We have a name, and one person comes and says something about you that may or may not be true. It's
I think
terrible.
Also, just in terms of cyberbullying, Leanne, I think this one just highlights to people that cyberbullying is a thing.
Oh boy, is it a thing.
Yeah.
That is a whole story for a different day. All right, so quickly, sanctions. I know we're running out of time. So sanctions is one of the big things that President Ramaphosa addressed at the 78th United Nations General Assembly in New York. And the sanctions particularly, he was asking all of the states to lift sanctions against Zimbabweans. He's just saying that the sanctions, the illegal sanctions imposed on Zimbabwe by the West, are causing untold suffering among ordinary citizens in neighboring countries, which of course we are one of them. He also asked for the sanctions to be lifted against Cuba, which have been there for about 60 years. So that was a very big theme of the president's address at that UN gathering. So that's why sanctions was trending early this morning.
And finally, the last trending topic we have for you this morning, Burna Boy. So Burna Boy was supposed to be performing in South Africa out at the F&B Stadium on Saturday. That concert now officially being postponed, allegedly due to a lack of ticket sales.
Oh wow! Really? I mean, well, obviously. So the reason that was given is perhaps not true. That it was a Heritage Day celebrations and blah 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 blah. It was a whole long-winded.
But we
thing.
know South Africans have been upset with Burna Boy for a while, so they were just like, "Oh, you're coming to South Africa? We'll show you."
And then suddenly through the day, I also saw AKA trending as well, because I mean the late AKA and Burna Boy, didn't they have a sort of thing
towards the end of their relationship? Yes, it wasn't
so nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Burna Boy is it's been postponed. Let's see when the postponed date, because it's something like the 16th of December.
Yeah,
let's see what happens then. I don't know. Anyway, those are your trending topics, and that's where we'll leave that for now.